कि सिप बंद कर देना चाहिए क्या?
Fill it, shut it, forget it. It's purposeful innovation because it needs the consumers need to save. If you stop your SIP in a bad market, then your XIRR will go down a lot.
Yeah. Now assume velocity is market.
Yeah?
It will go up, sometimes it will go down. But mass is your own mehnat.
Come to the middle path. And I'm using the word middle path very carefully because I think people tend to swing in extremes. Is it worth paying that 30% tax extra or just letting the khichdi solution do it? His portfolio outperforms mine in a bull market. I've never looked at my Shark Tank portfolio as, I mean, I think like a professional investment professional, but this is not my return money. That is mutual fund sahi hai. This is my nation building quarter. अरे तुम धंधा करना चाहता है, डूब गया तो नौकरी भी जाएगी, तेरा क्या होगा?
Hi friends, welcome to another episode of our podcast, and this is something my team and I personally was really looking forward to. So welcome. We are with Radhika Gupta, boss lady of Edelweiss Mutual Fund.
That's quite a nice intro. I like it.
So here we are. Thanks, Radhika. You know, we've been chatting
Pleasure.
and we were trying to set up dates, but as usual, you were very busy. But so kind of you to give us time. So we'll have 2 or 3 tracks.
Okay.
The first track, which is a hot topic, you've written about it a lot, and it has become a topic of big discussion recently. कि सिप बंद कर देना चाहिए क्या?
नहीं बंद कर देना चाहिए.
No. So it was when this entire debate started, and I was kind of surprised that the very reason why SIP product was created, that market ऊपर नीचे volatility.
This was my theory also. Okay, SIP का तो point ही ये है that you don't time the market because the ordinary person does not spend their time looking at interest rates and macro and X and Y. SIP was meant to be fill it, shut it, forget it, which is why it is fill it, shut it, forget it. And we, by the way, and I have talked about this, done a ton of analysis that if you just continue your SIP, like in our oldest equity fund mid cap, just continue your SIP, the minimum SIP return, and I'm saying minimum, is 8%. That's not bad. Average is so much higher.
Yeah.
So SIP is not meant to be timed.
No, I mean, that was the reason. And in fact, you know, I was chatting with someone that as especially in investments, if I talk about, we've done a lot of innovation, some good, some bad. But probably SIP is the best innovation ever for a normal, simple investor.
No. This SIP is innovation. It's purposeful innovation because it needs, the consumers need to save. And I have so many stories about this. And it's become a brand. I mean, there are builders and insurance guys and gold guys using SIP.
I just saw some bank promoting SIP in FD. I just saw.
So then, I mean, SIP is a brand, no?
Yeah, SIP is a brand. Yeah.
So brand SIP. Brand SIP is actually bigger than brand MF.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. No, so you know, if you can maybe share some of the stuff that you recently wrote on LinkedIn also. You know, and this data is really powerful, that minimum return that you make is 8%. Then why this entire noise and conversation? It's not that anyone who's kind of talking about it doesn't know this. Then why this entire conversation with blown out of proportion?
I have no idea why things blow out of proportion. My take is this. SIPs are not meant to be done for 3 years, certainly in mid-cap funds. People write these things to me on social media and I tell them, तुम्हें 7 साल से कम का SIP करना है ना, तो करो भी मत, खासकर mid and small cap में. So don't do short-term SIPs. Secondly, there's enough data out there to say that if you stop your SIP in a bad market, then your XIRR will go down a lot. So the reason you do rupee cost averaging, and we are Indians, we love discounts, right, is to get things cheap. Now when things are cheap, when those units are cheap, why would you not want to buy them? In fact, if you did SIPs only in rising market, SIPs are pointless. SIPs actually, we did this other analysis, they help you recover from a falling market faster. A SIP investor, because he's buying units.
Yeah, at a low price.
So I think that's my point. And I repeat, the worst case SIP outcome in a mid-cap fund where all this debate was is 8%. And by the way, this fund was launched in Jan 2007. So it's seen 2008.
Yeah.
It's like peak.
Yeah.
Or November 2007. So I'm saying, do your SIPs long term. Don't stop them in a crisis. And remember, the worst case outcome is not that bad. And As for debate, yeah, in this country we have debates about everything every day thanks to social media.
No, I think one of the injustices we do to ourselves, both as participants in the market as well as investors in our
Yeah.
personal capacities, sometimes over analyze things which don't need
Yeah,
over.
there's a bit of a glut of information now because you get a nav once a day. We actually have people on our own website coming and checking their nav at 2:30 in the afternoon thinking it'll get updated on a bad market day. Like the website is crashed once because so many people were checking. Your nav gets updated once a day, but we're in the constant desire to get information every day, to get portfolios every day. And then not only do you have information every day, you have opinions about the information because someone will say black is a pretty color to where one guy will say, no, black is a very bad color. And then one guy will say black is a good color, and then there'll be a debate. So you have
And
information.
bad is good on Mondays, but bad
bad,
on
and then you'll have all that. So you'll have information, opinion, and then you'll want to take action. And so hence we become a lot more short term than we need to be. Personally, by the way, and people don't believe me, I don't look at my portfolio more than once a quarter. And I don't act on it more than once a year. I just sip.
No, I think we've spoken about this, that you follow your asset allocation.
I am to dal chawal, asset allocation, very, very basic. And I always say my SIP is doing the job. The only thing I focus on doing is increasing the amount of my SIP every May when our compensation gets reset.
हाँ, जो भी increment मिला है उतने से your investment.
And yeah, whatever it is, increment, life situation, whatever it is.
Okay, so that kind of rests the. And I also had written, about this on LinkedIn, that I kind of thought this about in a manner like, if you dissect what force is, momentum is, there are two variables. One is mass and one is velocity. Now assume velocity is market.
Yeah.
It will go up, sometimes it will go down. But mass is your own mehnat. So you
Correct.
can keep
बहुत मेहनत ज़्यादा करो.
pump karo and वो increase करते
I'm
रहो.
telling you, my only thing I tell me and my husband Chad, it's like, let's just increase our SIP book. Let's just increase our SIP book. Let's just increase the amount we're putting in. And if we wait 10 years, we'll get an output.
I think so. Market takes care of वो. Now, unless we screw up as an economy somewhere,
Then all bets are off.
All bets are off. But otherwise, 6-7% real GDP, 4-5%
inflation, 10% 11% nominal growth.
तो उसपे कुछ alpha उसपे मिल ही जाएगा.
You'll get something out of it.
We'll get something out of it. Great. So this is the first point which I wanted to get out of the way. The second point is, and recently we are shooting this on 27th Feb. Recently, Edelweiss AMC, you have restricted inflows in certain foreign categories.
Yes, we have.
This entire concept of international investing, right?
Yeah.
And especially given the fact that if you look at a 1 year period, maybe longer also, but especially in the last 1 year or so, international markets, US specifically, have done fantastically well.
Yeah.
In the context of more near-term returns, but also for longer-term asset allocation, etc. standpoint, how should investors think about international investing?
So I won't talk near term because of course US markets have rallied. I mean, funds like US tech have done very well. I'm not sure if they're cheap or not. China has also done extraordinarily well in the last year, but China had a very difficult run for a couple of years. So, and it has its own trade-offs. So my take on international funds is this. And I started my career overseas investing. So for me, it was very default to invest in international funds. In fact, well before I joined the MF industry, as a consumer, I was buying international funds and there were not some very good options then. But even among those, I had to have an international fund. So I think once you evolve as an investor, it's a necessary product to have, and certainly US market exposure, and then maybe secondarily China market exposure, because then you represent the large three economies of the world, India, China, and the US. Because even today, for all the good stuff about India, one, other economies do well. As we've seen, I mean, the US economy over the last 10 years, the US equity markets have done well. Secondly, there is a diversification element. So I am interestingly seeing that China and India almost move in opposite tandem. And they are two large markets that global investors allocate to. And third is there are many listed names and themes that are just not present in Indian markets today. that can only be accessed because those industries are either not press
Semiconductors, AI.
semiconductors, streaming,
Yeah.
digital entertainment, so many of them.
Hmm.
So you need that. So I think it's a very good space. My caveats are this: you should invest structurally, not cyclically, because people get the timing of this wrong. I mean, I've seen this with our own fund flows. China does badly, the limits are open, no one wants to put money. China rallies 30% in a year, we have to close the funds because so many people are putting money. And I think the way you think about your India allocation and sticking through the ups and downs, you have to think of your international allocation that way. And the second is, if you're not comfortable with the volatility of Indian equities, please don't try global equities, because while both are equity, psychologically, when Indian equities fall, people understand there is a home country awareness.
Yeah, you at least know what the
When
companies
US
do.
and Chinese companies fall, people are confused.
हाँ, कौन सा कंपनी इंडेक्स में वही नहीं पता है.
वही नहीं समझ आता.
Hmm.
तो आप इसको प्लीज सेकंड करिएगा.
No, and also specifically talking about US, large part of the returns in the at least last 2 years have been driven by
Tech.
7, 8, 10 stocks,
Yeah.
right? So वो भी है कि it is somewhat of a misnomer that US markets have done well. It's those 10 stocks.
But I mean, to be fair, in most developed economies, tech, or at least in the US, tech is a large driver of earnings growth. Maybe that will happen in India too.
Indian tech is very different from what US
Indian tech is actually IT services.
IT services. Great. So we spoke about international investing and it has its own role.
Yeah.
Now coming back slightly somewhat linked to my first point that we should continue our SIPs. But there's a lot of feedback we are getting from investors, both who are having their portfolios as well as people who are looking to put new money, new SIPs, whatever, in terms of allocation or preference between large, mid, small.
Okay.
Given the fact that small caps have done, somewhat bad over the last 6 months or so as compared to large caps, but large caps had not risen also.
Yeah.
Small caps had risen, so they have come off. At a aggregate basis, small caps still have done over a 3-year period. They have done well. So how would you want to answer this, where customers are asking, okay, I want to put in new money today, or maybe I'm looking at rebalancing my portfolio.
What do I do?
What do I do?
So my short answer is come to the middle path.
Okay.
And I'm using the word middle path very carefully because I think people tend to swing in extremes. 80% portfolio will be mid and small cap, then it will be 80% large cap. I think when you think about building a portfolio of underlying companies over the next 5 to 10 years, you should think about representation of the Indian economy. And if you were only to build a Nifty portfolio, you'll get tech, financials and energy.
Largely.
Yeah, reasonably concentrated. Your largest asset management company is a mid cap.
Yeah.
Your largest diagnostics company is a mid and small cap.
Insurance is outside of, right?
Many of your large capital good companies
Yeah.
are mid and small cap. Most of your good consumer discretionary.
I remember you quizzing me on this, and obviously I had no idea that small cap is a misnomer, because
It's a
small
total
cap
misnomer,
companies
yeah.
become really large.
Because we have this rank-based definition in India where, I mean, I was with a foreign investor today and I told them that mid-cap companies are 4, 5, 6 billion. They're like, this is mid-cap? And I was like, yes, this is our mid-cap. So this is how it is. What I would recommend to someone who's building a portfolio today is either have a flexi-cap or multi-cap fund. Flexi-cap is about 70% or 60% large cap. The balance is mid and small. Multi-cap is about 40% large cap.
Okay. So multi-cap anyway, by definition, 25, 25, 25.
Yeah, typically most people run funds this way. So flexi, multi, but don't run away. My theme for the last year, actually 2024, it continues into 2020, is middle path.
This is not the time to take calls.
Generally, middle path is a very good thing at most times, but at this time, middle path is
where uncertainty is higher, and
then why do you want to be at extremes?
Yeah, geopolitical, and there's a lot of stuff which is happening.
And I repeat, you build a portfolio that represents, to your point, all of us are going to make returns if something happens to this economy and the economy does as well as we think it does. You build a portfolio that represents the economy over the next 5, 10 years.
So have a flavor of everything you should get. Okay, great. Radhika, one of we spoke about innovations, and I think there's one category which you absolutely ruled, which was the bond ETF.
Yeah.
and I don't know what 1 lakh crore plus AUM is.
Yeah, I mean the bond passive debt funds are almost 2 lakh crores.
2 lakh
We are
crore.
60-70,000. Yes, so it's a big category.
So it's a big category dominated by Edelweiss. And I remember you going to Delhi so often, getting those approvals and stuff. Post the tax harmonization, okay, and in general we have seen bond funds per se have not got much money.
Yeah.
How much sense does it make to get into bond funds? Forget that someone wants to take a call that rates are going to go down, etc.
See, bonds have to be part of your asset allocation. Now, I think the reason bond funds haven't gotten money is a combination of tax and what equity markets were doing.
Yeah.
If you are a retail investor, I still believe, so for the fully taxable investor, to be honest, debt fund in the current regime, unless you're taking a call on rates, is thoda challenging. I think people don't realize the value of hybrid funds in this context. Buying an equity savings fund, buying an arbitrage fund, buying a balanced advantage fund, an aggressive hybrid fund as a way to play the same debt allocation with much better tax.
Explain.
तो अगर आप एक 75-25 equity debt portfolio बनाना चाहते हो,
okay,
75 is equity, 25 is debt. You can buy both components separately. On the 25, you'll pay full tax.
So let's say I have to invest 100 rupees, where I know that 75 has to be in equity, 25 has to be in debt. 75 का मैंने जो भी फंड मुझे अच्छा लगता था, फ्लेक्सी कैप,
डेट में आपको जो अच्छा लगता था आपने
और डेट में दोनों अलग अलग खरीदा मैंने. ओके,
तो एक पे आप 12% टैक्स
12.5% दूंगा और इस पे पूरा 30% दूंगा.
अभी आप एक हाइब्रिड फंड खरीद लीजिए, अग्रेसिव हाइब्रिड.
ओके,
उसका भी स्प्लिट 75-25 ही रहता है
और पूरे पे मुझे 12.5 देना पड़ेगा.
जी. तो स्मार्ट कौन रहा? हाइब्रिड फंड वाला. एंड ये अब 75-25 है. ऐसा आप 60-40 फंड ले लीजिए जो आमतौर से बैलेंस्ड एडवांटेज.
So whoever wants to have lesser risk, they can go in that category.
आपको 60 भी नहीं चाहिए तो एक इक्विटी सेविंग्स फंड आता है. उसमें आमतौर से 20-30% इक्विटी होता है, बाकी डेट होता है. तो आपको यही काम, इट्स लाइक कुकिंग एनालॉजी, बिकॉज आई एम आल्सो अ लेडी. इन द यूएस दे हैड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट एंड इवन इन इंडिया के जब घर में बर्तन ज्यादा नहीं करने होते ना, लेकिन सबके लिए एक अच्छा खाना बनाना होता है, तो उसको 1 पॉट मील कहते हैं.
Okay.
बिरयानी, लजानिया एक चीज में बन जाता है. खिचड़ी. ये हाइब्रिड फंड आपकी खिचड़ी. दाल चावल दोनों साथ एक ही कुकर में, बर्तन कम.
Good, you mentioned yesterday only I was chatting with a friend that मेहनत नहीं करना है और जल्दी खाना है और टेस्टी भी खाना है. तो हम लोग का फेवरेट है चीज चटनी सैंडविच.
हाँ, तो बस
तो चटनी घर में रेडी है, वो लगाओ, चीज लगाओ and done.
So these are all hybrid. These are solutions that are less work, कम टैक्स में ज्यादा मुनाफा.
So actually, this is something that we, and I would say that I myself, in my own personal capacity in my portfolio, maybe 7-8 years or 10 years back when I wasn't that knowledgeable, I was also guilty of this.
Everybody is.
कि अलग-अलग करते हैं, रिटर्न का रिजल्ट सेम ही आ रहा है.
हमें लगता है कि यार मैं ना थोड़ा सा 70 का ट्वीक कर लूंगा, 30 का कर लूंगा, इसलिए अलग करूंगा, या मैं खुद का बट वो is it worth paying that 30% tax extra or just letting the khichdi solution do it?
You straight away you're setting 17-18% you're saying.
It's a very hard. आपको खुद का decision making has to really outperform. आजकल अल्फा की बहुत बात होती है ना. You really have to deliver
personal alpha.
Serious personal alpha.
That I would say, we Indians have kind of learned, I wouldn't say fully learned, that direct stocks सबके बस का नहीं है. That's why you and I are chatting our MF.
That's why we have mutual funds
and our industry has grown so well.
Correct.
The last मतलब काफी मेहनत भी की है, आपने की है, हमने की है. But this I think kudos to our investors who have understood that. Give it to professionals. I am a lawyer, I am a doctor. मेरा काम है
और आपका काम है आपकी जिंदगी जीना. और वही इंडिया में बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है. 2 घंटे तो हम कम्यूट में बिताते हैं.
Correct. So this entire discussion which happens, and since you spoke about alpha, I thought I'll bring it up about active versus passive. Okay, your groan says something. I mean, so no.
I answer this question. I'm very well trained to answer this question.
Please let us hear.
So I think this versus is a very stupid question because it's only in the mind of the media. For a consumer, for a manufacturer, or for an advisor, it should not matter. It's like, do you debate that both Pizza Hut and fine dining exist, you're like, दोनों को रहने दो, मुझे जहाँ खाना है मैं खाऊंगा. Now, again, I love food analogies, so I'm going to give you one.
Yeah.
And
To understand, by the way.
easy to understand, we all like food, right? अभी पिज्जा हट में भी लोग और डोमिनोज में भी लोग खाना खाते हैं, फाइन डाइनिंग इटालियन में भी खाते हैं. अब पिज्जा हट इज योर पैसिव फंड, करेक्ट? It's a standardized product.
Yeah.
It's a very good product.
Yeah.
Whenever I travel to China, for instance, I only go to Pizza Express and such chains because मुझे आधी भाषा नहीं समझ आती, मुझे पता नहीं है अच्छा क्या लगता है नहीं अच्छा, तो आ जाती हूँ वहाँ. सस्ता अच्छा सुंदर टिकाऊ खाना मिलता है. And I think passive funds are fantastic. But just one thing, not all passive is good, not all active is bad. You study the passive fund, we can talk about that. But अगर मेरी एनिवर्सरी है और मेरा पति मुझे पिज्जा हट ले गया तो हमारी शादी ज्यादा दिन मेरे हिसाब से टिकेगी नहीं, बिकॉज आई वॉन्ट अ फाइन डाइनिंग एक्सपीरियंस एंड आई वुड होप जिस रेस्टोरेंट में वो मुझे ले जाएगा वो अल्फा जनरेट करेगा, वो पिज्जा हट से बेटर होगा, वो शेफ उनसे पैसे लेगा, किसी भी चीज का. मैं खुश होना, बीवी खुश होने का अल्फा वो जनरेट करेगा. सो फॉर द कंज्यूमर देयर इज नो वर्सेस. I hold both in my portfolio. I hold both in my son's portfolio. My husband holds both in his portfolio. You can blend a debt index fund and large cap index fund with a nice actively managed hybrid fund and a small cap fund. Why not? So the point is you have needs and you have purposes and you blend the fund for that need and जो आपकी need के लिए सही है आप इस्तेमाल कीजिए. इसमें डिबेट की क्या बात है?
हाँ मतलब but be invested, that is the most important.
And it does finally, you know, there's this other myth going around कि मेरे को रिस्क नहीं लेना, मैं इंडेक्स फंड कर लेता हूँ. वो वही आता है बिकॉज आप स्मॉल कैप एक्टिव लो या पैसिव लो, अब खा दोनों तरीके से पिज्जा रहे हो. आपको कार्ब और चीज और टोमेटो आप खा रहे हो, अब वो थोड़ा बेटर ऑयल का होगा या वो डिबेट कर सकते हो, लेकिन आप खा वो ही रहे हो. यू आर स्टिल टेकिंग स्मॉल कैप. रिस्क इज द सेम.
Yeah. And anyway, because especially if you talk about small caps, if you see even actively managed funds, these days they have like 50, 60, even 100 stocks.
Yeah.
So
the index has 250.
Yeah, that's what. So ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई आपका risk कम ज़्यादा होता है.
Correct.
तो वो है. And you know, you mentioned about your kid. I remember you talking about the importance of investing early.
Oh yeah. I'm a big
Please do say something about
please
people.
Go start an SIP for your kid.
Yeah.
I know this is my job to say that, but I really believe it. And I'll tell you there are two reasons to do it. People always tell me कि बच्चे के फोलियो में क्यों किया. I'm like, one ना, जब आप बच्चे के फोलियो में करते हो आप उसे छूते नहीं हो. Second, देखने का नजरिया अलग होता है. When I think about myself, I do planning for 5 years. When I think about my son, I do planning for 15 years.
And अब खुद का है तो कुछ expense हमको पता है आने वाला है, गाड़ी खरीद.
So he has most, by the way, his portfolio outperforms mine in a bull market because it's more aggressive. Right? But I think everyone should. It's also a great way at some point to teach your child and converse about money with your child. And it's very easy and it's very enabled. So please do it.
Great. And this is so easy, I mean, on the app.
And all the documents are available. You can get, I took my son to the Aadhaar card office when he was like less than a month old and got him everything.
At 1 month you got the...
Yeah, we got the Aadhaar card, we got him a PAN card, we got him a passport. He's fully documented. It's, by the way, easier at that age because they don't have this complication of address proof and change and that. They're simple.
Fingerprint वगैरह.
अभी तो दुनिया में आए हैं, उनका KYC तो बहुत easy होता है.
No, it's great. Okay, great. So we spoke about finances a lot. So last track, recently you were on Shark Tank.
Yep.
So whatever you want to share about your experience, and I'm really interested to hear that how did this come about, this conversation started?
Oh, I mean the conversation started during Shark Tank 2 and at that point I had said no because I just delivered my son. And most people don't know that those shoots are very intense. They're 15-hour days.
Looks fun.
It's fun, but it's very intense. For 1 hour of what you see on television, we shoot 15 hours.
Oh.
So my take on this is, it's a celebration of entrepreneurship. हम लोग क्या करते हैं? I've been an entrepreneur myself. We invest in India's entrepreneurs. Here's a chance to do something new, meet some very cool co-judges, and invest in some really amazing kids. So by the way, I've never looked at my Shark Tank portfolio as, I mean, I think like a professional investment professional, but this is not my return money. That is mutual fund sahi hai. This is my nation building corpus.
Hmm.
And fact is, actually, most of those companies have done a year later much better than I thought. A story for another day. But I think just talking to these entrepreneurs, seeing their journeys is incredible. Like, I've invested in one business which is doing hard manufacturing and hardware. And in seeing the guy's journey, I've realized how difficult it is to build a hardware startup out of India.
Yeah, and if I share my own personal experience, I come from a business family, so मैं ऐसा startup बोलते नहीं थे, but all businesses are startups,
Of
right?
course.
I think what this entire celebration of entrepreneurship, as you mentioned, somewhat has taken the stigma out of, I'm using a strong term, which is failure.
Yeah.
It has taken the stigma out of that, yes, I tried, it's okay. I gave 4 years, 5 years of my life. आपने पैसा लगाया, हमने दोनों ने कुछ दिया, and नहीं चला due to whatever reasons.
And it's okay.
But it's okay.
I tried.
And so that's the stigma which has come out of this entire
Is
failure
beautiful.
thing. It is beautiful.
I tried. I learned something. I'm better for it.
Yeah. And in fact, in our company, we have hired a lot of people from ex startups.
In fact, that is a trend. A lot of corporate India is now open to hiring people from startups. नहीं तो पहले क्या होता था, अरे तू धंधा करना चाहता है, डूब गया तो नौकरी भी जाएगी, तेरा क्या होगा? Now people realize that failure or success or outcome, someone जिसमें जिगर है startup करने का, they have a certain amount of chutzpah, resourcefulness, ownership. They'll be a great hire.
Yeah. And multitasking, multi-skill.
Hundreds of things.
Great. I think on this note, we are at time. You have to go for your next meeting.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
And, let's meet soon. Hopefully, this entire debate about SIP
We'll have a better, next time we meet, hopefully we'll have a debate about increasing your SIP.
Increasing your SIPs. Actually, we should do that in May when our increments are there.
Let's do a debate in May on increasing SIPs.
Cool. Great.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.